Ashton TV, joined by manager Steve Cunningham after the 1-0 defeat at home against Stockton Town. Gaffer, your thoughts on that one?
Disappointed, angry, frustrated. Really disappointed. I don't think we deserve to lose the game. I think a 0-0, probably a fair result. There was hardly any chances in the game whatsoever. Game ebbed and flowed. I think first half they probably a little bit stronger with quite a direct style. They played the pitch really well today. And in second half, I thought we played really well up until the goal. And one mistake. It's changed again. It's a mistake that's cost us the game. That's all I can say, and I'm gutted because not that you want to take 0-0s or draws, but at this stage of the season, it's just about points. And the performance was okay. Nothing fancy. I mean, the pitch, I know we're doing all we can on it, but it's really difficult. You can't play any football on it. It's just bobbling here, there, and everywhere. And you've got to then try and be a bit more of a longer ball team, and they played it better than us today. But without really hurting us. I don't think Connor's had a save to make. And then, the goals come from us having a goal kick. I looked away, and then the next thing, the ball's in the back of the net. So, yeah, that one's a tough one to take, mate, because that mistake has cost us the game.
Obviously, there was a goal disallowed in the first half, about 5 or 10 minutes in. A fantastic try from Josh Doherty, but the referee gave it an infringement on the goalkeeper in the build-up play. Your thoughts on that one?
I thought the referee was poor. The liner was agreeing with us with a couple of the things that we were saying. The liners over there, the lineman over there was flagging for a corner, didn't give it us. Were flagging for a throw-in, didn't give it us. What was the point of the liners being here today? Referee was just making his own decisions, and liner saying he can see it better than the liner. Well, the liner's facing him where the ball was, so I couldn't take that. But I'd have to look back at the goal. I thought it was a legitimate goal. I mean, they're saying it's a foul, but DC's how big is he? 3 foot, and he's gone up against a 16 stone, 6'2" goalkeeper, and yet he's on the floor, and DC it baffles me, that one. But keepers can come out and do this with the knees and the hands, but yet DC's gone up for an header who's 6'3" against a 6'2", 6'3" player. Baffling, but that's not cost us the game because fair play to Stockton. They've got the result. They've come here, played it really well. 2 good teams. They've been in and around the playoffs like us now for such a long time. They deserve to be up there. I've no qualms about that. But have we been beat by a team that's battered us? No. At their place, we were poor. It was a smash and grab at their place, very much so. I said that to Michael even on the interview last time. I felt we stole it when we went there, but this time, I suppose you could say it's a little bit of payback because I don't think they've played at their best today, especially second half. I thought we were the dominant team with a lot of the ball. Connors had nothing to do with our goalkeeper. I don't think our keepers had loads of saves to make, but territorially we were very dominant, just lacked a little bit of quality. And then when the goal went in, and we've just done nothing to affect the game to try and pull ourselves back into it.
Obviously, a lot of injuries that we've got in the squad at the moment. No Mitch Rose, no Jordan Easton, to name amongst a few. Dan Cameron going off injured again today. It is not quite we'll make doing what we can because it's such a strong squad, but it is a little bit makeshift at the moment. It
is, because it stops your flow. But what I would say is we lost Dan Cowan after 4 minutes. So straight away, Sam Baird was out injured, so we've had to throw Sam back on. And to be fair, I thought Sam Baird had a very good game. Yeah. But you look at the quality, mate. I can't use it as an excuse because Al Byrne started the game, James Hardy started the game, and Callum Rowe started the game. Bar a couple of players, we're strong there in terms of, all right, they might not be up to full speed, but this time of the season, nobody is. I can't use it as an excuse. But the bottom line is, mate, it should have been 0-0, and one mistake has cost us the game. That's a fact. And I'm not trying to dig the lad out because it's unfair, but it's cost us the game.
Obviously, League away next Saturday, back on the road. A team fighting for their life, we're fighting for the playoffs. It's going to be everyone's going for it again.
Yeah, I mean, well, say fight for life. I mean, they've had a good run today, haven't they? Away at home,
5-2
against FC United. So, what I would say is we're hurting in the dressing room. It took us an hour and a half to come out. That's why you've been waiting, and I can only apologise. And I think the fans will probably think we've all gone home. We've had a deep dive in there, and a few things have been said. We've tried to turn it into a training session to try and analyse everything that's gone on, because it's been coming a little bit. We haven't won now in 5-6 games. And people say, oh, we're bottling it and we're chucking it away. In a lot of the games that we've had, we've played quite well. and we've been more than a match for the teams where we've drawn, and we maybe should have got some out of the result. You know, Matlock away 2-0 up, and we've ended up drawing. Hyde, I thought we were miles better than Hyde, and we camped out. I felt like it was Glastonbury. We pretty much set up 10 in their half, and we drew. Last week against Heaven, it was a nothing game. We're winning 1-0. We give a stupid goal away. So all of a sudden, we're there or thereabouts, but then that sort of belief can be sucked out of you, and I feel that's what happened when they scored. For 20 minutes, we didn't show anything. There was no fight, no desire, no game management. We threw the towel in. And that's disappointing for me to say that, because obviously it's my team, and I'd like my teams to replicate me as a passionate person who gives a... I can't say what I want to say right now, but you know, it hurts me, and it doesn't hurt some of them, and then it hurts others, and then they're having a go at others, and other people just accepting it. So yeah, good deep dive, and hopefully, fingers crossed, next week against Leek, we've got an opportunity to put it right and get that W that's been long overdue. We're still in the playoffs, we're still above Stockton today. The gap's been closed, everyone's won around us, but that'll happen. Stockton are playing Ilkeston next week, one of them's going to drop points, so I'll have to draw both of them. Hopefully it's a draw and we win. It'll change now over the next 2-3 weeks. I said that a couple of weeks ago. But the players need to know that we can't just turn up and think that because we've been in the playoff places for 18 of the weekends up to today's date, it ain't just going to happen. You've got to make it happen, and at the moment people will see that we're an easy target. We're certainly not, and we'll be putting it right. But the players have to take a little bit of ownership. We have to take ownership as a management team, and look into things a little bit more this week, and then go into next week positive. But what I will say as well is there's also a lot more important things, you know, in football, and today I'm sure you'll touch on that now.
Yeah.
So when I put it all into context, it's a game of football. I've been very lucky because my son was able to stand and watch me today. So we've not won the game. We've lost to a very good opponent, and what I will say to Michael and his team, we wish him all the very best going back home. Safe trip. Thanks to all the Stockton supporters who came and also took part in the celebration of life, who we'll mention now, and young Danny. But hopefully they'll have a good season, and hopefully us both teams will make the playoffs.
Well, yeah, you touched on it there, Gaffer. We're going to mention young Dan Delaney, who sadly passed away. Robin's fan since for the last 18 years of his life, and the whole 18 years of his life, who sadly passed away this week. Colin, his dad, was here today, supporting the Robins as he has done for the last 25-30 years, and it was a moving day for everyone involved in the club.
Very tough. Colin came into the clubhouse when I was in there with Isaac, and we just both broke down. Danny was a real breath of fresh air in the supporters that we have. He's a young kid. He could easily go out on the raz with his mates. He can go to United, City, wherever, but he chose to support Ashton United. And when you lose someone so young, it hurts, especially with the character that he actually was. And I know the relationship he's got with his dad, because I see it with my son. And to see him turn up today without him, that was hard. And just from the football club, I just want to say a big heartfelt condolences, because since I came to the football club, Danny and his dad never missed a game in the 3 years I've been here, 2.5 years, and they stayed at games travelling away. We've even given them lifts home. So I know him personally. I know what it means to him, and I know what it means to Col to be here today and see the support from the football club. So from everyone at Ashton United, I'm sorry we didn't get the result that we would have loved to have given Danny's family. But what a send-off from our supporters, because when it's one of your own, it does hurt you. And I'm sure, even though Danny's left us, he'll support us from above, and he'll certainly not be forgotten.